This video is intended for viewers aged 13 and up. If you are not 13 yet, please leave. Hello everybody, my name is Kanamanika, and welcome back to the Toy Review, where we continue the Fantastic Four wave with the first person who's not a 100% regular member of the Fantastic Four. Now, from what little research I've done, I'm pretty sure this character has been a part of the Fantastic Four, but not this specific iteration of that character. Yada yada yada. This is the Marvel Legends. On the box, she's called Hulk, but it's She-Hulk. You know? From what I've been told, I think that this specific iteration is from after Civil War II. She took over as the Hulk because Bruce Banner was kinda sorta shot by Hawkeye. That's fun. That's always fun. But yeah, as such, we now have a semi-interesting version of She-Hulk that probably wouldn't have been made otherwise, I guess, if it wasn't for a Fantastic Four wave, because I think she might have been in, with them at some point. I don't know. I don't read comics very often. I'm getting my gamer card revoked, don't know. But yeah, let's get a closer look at this figure. Why don't we? The head sculpt's pretty decent. I feel that the green eyes are probably there just because she's angry all the time, I guess. There are no pupils, I don't know. She's an angrier version of herself compared to her usual lawyer She-Hulk self, I guess. But one thing I'm not super big on is the action sculpted hair. Now, this makes it really hard for her to be in action poses, you know? Because her hair is always swaying with the wind, you know? If it was more of a neutral hair, it would probably be a little bit better, but I don't know, those are just personal gripes. I'm sure if you like the action hair, you like it. Moving on to the body AI, I'm going to say I really kind of dig the kind of darker olive green color that they went with the skin. I think it's kind of nice and different, I guess, compared to the other Hulk. Now, this isn't really going to be my default She-Hulk figure. I've definitely got to get just like a basic, normal She-Hulk. But for now, this does really work. And I also really like how the tattered shirt kind of has like a different texture, I guess. Probably because it's made out of a rubbery material. So it honestly feels different, so it's nice that it feels different from the skin. The arms, they are pretty similar to female arms, but they're a good bit bigger. Because like this figure is basically like a female figure, but then scaled up, comparatively. Which, surprisingly enough, works pretty well for it. I do like how there are these like either cuts or like bulging veins, I guess, kind of all over her that are like a bright neon green to show like the radiation. I think that's just a really nice addition, you know? Yeah. Moving on to the legs, they have a nice tattered jean look, and I really like how like even the veins are present here when they're in the torn out areas of the jeans, and I just think that's a very well done design thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know words. And then she finally has normal feet without weird bumps on them. Yes, finally. And yeah. That's her, all right. Now, even as one of the bigger figures, this figure actually comes with accessories, unlike the Thing over there. He's right over on the side of my recording space. It's very messy. But that's besides the point. Let's look at our accessories here real quick. Starting off her accessories, we have a pair of fists, which is pretty stock standard for Marvel Legends. There's at least like one fist on most figures. Not all figures, but most figures have at least one fist. She also has a pair of open hands, action hands? I don't know, they're kind of a weird expression in all honesty. I guess maybe it's gripping, like maybe she's gripping a rock so she can like throw it. Maybe she's like jumping through the air and she's like, I'm gonna grab you, I'm the cool. I don't know, these are honestly some awkward hand sculpts, but it's nice that they included them at the very least. And those are all the accessories. Honestly, I don't know what else they could have thrown in here, accessories-wise, so honestly I'm fine with what they gave us. But yeah, honestly it's perfectly fine. But now we need to get on to the articulation, I guess, which is honestly pretty darn good for a female Marvel Legends figure. Starting off with the head, typical ball joint, hinge joint. However, it is limited somewhat by the hair. It's able to go all the way around, but it can't really go, the head can't really go backwards. It can go forwards a good bit, but it can't really go backwards. Though I guess since she is taller than other figures, it's fine that she can, she's going to be mostly looking down, so I guess it's a fine trade-off. Now these arms are pretty darn nice for a female figure. Now they go all the way around, as per usual, and they go out, though honestly I found those joints to be oddly tight on my copy. Like, at first I was scared that I would break her, but over time I was able to kind of work the joints. I don't know, maybe there was a bit of flash left over, who knows. Biceps have a typical swivel, though not typical for female figures, it's typical for bigger male figures, I guess. But then, since she is a female figure, they included the typical female elbow joint, which is a single joint that's able to go about that far. And they've also been including these, if I'm not mistaken, on the Black Series as of late, I guess to keep a more realistic pinless look. And that also has a swivel. Yeah, it also has a swivel, which is awkward to use with this somewhat looser swivel. And the hands, as per usual, pin that allows them to swivel around, and a hinge that's able to go back and forth. Though this, since it's so tight on a lot of these, it finds a way to basically just try to pull itself out of itself, if that makes sense, which is really awkward, in all honesty. I kind of wish the tensions on this figure were a bit better worked out. The torso sadly only has one joint, being a ball joint here at the torso, which doesn't really get, well, it gets a decent amount of arcing back, sorry, but it doesn't really get too much forward, unfortunately, because in Hulk jumping poses, I would want, like, them to be, crunching in, I guess. I guess that's just me being a fan of those old comics, I guess. Now, the legs become pretty stock standard, but that's good in this instance. The hips are able to move out like so, and then move out about that far in splits, and you're able to move forward all the way and backward, not super far, but once again because of butt sculpting. There is a swivel at the thigh, as per usual, which is able to go all the way around, a double-jointed knee that's able to go about that far up, and then the feet are typical feet that are able to arc forward and back, and have the ankle rocker system. Now, honestly, this is one of the better figures I've been able to get, at least in, like, standing poses. Now, of course, the feet are honestly can cause a bit of a balance issue because they're a bit small and a bit oddly shaped. However, since her legs are bigger and thicker, that allows for more plastic, which avoids the typical problem of the characters in this toy line with thinner legs to just have really, like mostly seen in female figures from Hasbro's 6-inch lines, where the legs are just very thin and very wibbly. If I can bring out Sue Storm for a second, her leg's a lot more wibbly than a typical Marvel Legends leg. And the one place I've seen that a lot is with my Gwenpool. Her legs are just so floppy, it's kind of hard to get her to stand a lot of the time. So her having these thicker legs just gives her a lot more stability than a lot of her other female compatriots, cohorts. I don't know, whatever. Now, since she is a Hulk, that means she's going to be bigger and taller than your typical Marvel figure, which is honestly odd because both the Thing and her, I feel could have been saved in theory for Build-A-Figures, especially seeing who the Build-A-Figure was for this wave. But they went ahead and made them just normal figures, which is honestly kind of nice that we get two nice big deluxe figures in this wave or whatever. But measuring her, she stands about 7.5, I'd say, inches, maybe a little bit under 7.5 inches, which is really tall for a Marvel Legends figure. And to compare to other figures, here we have Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus, Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Optimus Prime, a Marvel Legends AIM Soldier. This specifically is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive copy. My previous review of the Marvel Legends The Thing, the amazing Yamaguchi Bleeding Edge Iron Man, and finally, instead of putting her with the Fantastic Four, I decided to put her with her compatriot, the Hulk. And you can see the difference of shades between these two Hulk figures, and I think that's just a really nice difference. So yeah, all in all, I feel like this figure is a pretty good addition for this wave. It was honestly the one I was the least excited about, and I just kind of picked it up because I had most of the wave. So I was just like, yeah, I might as well just finish it off so I can get that Build-A-Figure. But I feel like this is one of the surprise hits of the wave. It's very much a different type of figure, but it's very fun and interesting. So if this is one that you would like, maybe try picking it up, though it probably won't sell as much, so it's probably going to be easier to find, in all honesty, because not as many people are going to be picking it up. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and tune in next time as we get into the one that people like the most out of this wave, and the one that's hardest to get out of this wave. The good old Doctor himself, Dr. Doom. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. So bye-bye, bye-bye.